I am delighted. This was such a wonderful shock when I first saw the new Doctor moving through the forest in that trailer. It was wonderfully exciting because it was totally new. Because the last couple of Doctors, of course, have been announced in random just interviews going, here they are, the person coming out of random thing.
I don't know why they've done this. It's quite heartbreaking. It's just my male icon for me, 40 years, is now some woman that is in Broadchurch.
I think it's about time. It's also really interesting how people are suddenly losing their temper because she's a woman and thus are not going to watch it.
To quote the Ninth Doctor, fantastic. Couldn't be happier. Though I will caveat everything I'm about to say with I was positive about Capaldi when he was announced, and I was, and I can prove it. But as things stand, yes, a female Doctor, fantastic.
Whereas finally this time, it was a real sense of mystery. It was like, hang on, we're going to stop everything for a second and we're just going to show the Doctor in a little mini trailer. And they're walking through the forest. And you really don't know who it is. And you couldn't tell the gender, you couldn't tell who it was. And it was just like, this is wonderful, this is fantastic. Who is it going to be? And they keep going. And then there was one moment where I saw the boots and the legs of the new Doctor. And I was like, could it be possible that it is a female? Could it be? Would they be this brave? And then surely enough, my God, they turn round and it's Jodie Whittaker. It's her. It's a female Doctor. And not only that, it's a fantastic actor.
Utterly disgusting, frankly. I am completely unable to empathise with anyone who isn't me.
I think it'll be the same reaction that I thought of Peter Capaldi. I don't know how she's going to go, but I think it brings equality to the Doctor as well, because there's a big thing about being sexist and all that, and I think it's good that a girl's going to play it. So it symbolises that thing.
I'm actually really pleased it is a female Doctor. It's this thing that's been nagging at me for years, that the Doctor has to be male, he has to be white. As far as I'm concerned, he is a Time Lord who can change to any gender, any species if he really wants to choose so. Obviously Time Lords are the blueprint for the human species, but that's a different matter. But I really don't think it's a bit of a problem.
I'm quietly impressed. I don't actually know her, I've not seen Broadchurch, but having spoken to folk, having done a Google and a quick flick through YouTube, she seems like a pretty solid choice. I'm quite happy about it.
I think it's fantastic. I think it's high time that we had a female Doctor. I think in some ways it's quite brave that they've gone for a female Doctor.
I was expecting it. There were clues there when John Sims Masters said, is the future going to be all girl? And Peter Capaldi said, we can hope.
The Doctor has been the least gendered character practically in existence. Doctor is a what's the word? Doctor does not imply gender. The Doctor has been positively asexual, ignoring River Song. And so of all the characters who could change into being a woman, or a female Gallifreyan, why would it not be the Doctor? It's fantastic, and I will give kudos to Moffat, because Moffat has done so much groundwork for this, time and time again, to make it acceptable within the show that the Doctor can be a woman.
I'm very pleased. It's not something I would definitely have chosen, but quite pleased it's a woman. It's not stunt casting, she's a good actress, and I'm pretty pleased. I would have liked Hayley Atwell, but in lieu of not getting her, I'm quite happy with what we've got.
They've been working on this ever since The Doctor's Wife, where we found out that the Corsair was both male and female. It's the first time we've had any kind of gender fluidity. And the fact, although of course the last season they've talked about how the Doctor or any Time Lord doesn't always recognise gender, particularly because Capaldi's kind of version of what you look like has always been like, he talks about Clara's makeup, he doesn't recognise what she's wearing, and it's all fed into the idea that they don't really see gender as a thing, they see it as something that can be interchangeable.
And I almost feel like we're at a stage now where 54 years down the line, like having a female doctor it's almost fitting, you know, it's like the last step. We've had companions of every gender, of almost every colour. We've had bad guys of every gender and most colours. I don't understand why the Doctor being a woman is suddenly a thing.
There's been a lot of views about it online already, although online obviously you pick all the negative comments up first and there may be a lot more positivity than you think. But I don't see that being a problem. I really don't see it being a problem. I think it's going to be an interesting take. The show needs this kind of revitalisation after such a long time. You've got to remember, it's 12 years now the series has been back, since it came back 2005. So you've got to remember that it will take a dip, it will go down. So these sort of things help revive it.
I'm very glad it's not Chris Marshall, because that would have upset me deeply, because it has been a boring, safe choice, and this is a more exciting choice. It leaves a lot of openings, different relationships with the companions, different relationships with other people, because when she's going out into societies and perceived as female, how are people in the past going to react to her, how are the people in the future? You get a lot of interesting stories to tell, and generally speaking I think that has a chance to kind of bring the stories to life and bring the Doctor to life.
So the idea that it could be a female, dear God, I mean, I don't understand it, and it doesn't exist because I don't understand it. It's not narcissism, it's just fact.
Yeah, you're going to get that anyway. I mean, like, Peter Davison was too young. He was a vet. He was vet behind the ears, according to the Sun. You know. Now this is going to be Dr. Fuller and all that.
My male icon is gone, but I'm being philosophical about it, and I'll see how it goes.
So yeah, I think she's a brave woman. She's a very brave lady to take on the role. It would be a job that I would particularly desire, being the first female Doctor, because she's going to take a lot of heat. There's going to be a lot of pressure. It's going to have to be excellent, because unfortunately the way the media works is if she isn't great, we're never going to see another one again. So it has to be good. But at the same time, I think she's going to nail it. I think it'll be okay.
I'm so happy that we're getting a female Doctor. You know what? No, we're not. I'm so happy we're getting a new Doctor, because there will come a time when we're not going to say female Doctor. It'll be Doctor. And this is the first step on that road. Stephen, thank you. Jodie, thank you. Long live Doctor Who.
I am really excited, and I can't wait to see what happens. It's going to be fantastic. This is a new era, and it feels like Doctor Who has been renewed once again. And I thought after Capaldi, how can things continue? It's so disappointing that he's leaving. But you know what? This feels like the perfect renewal. This feels like the perfect change. And after all, that's what it's all about. The whole show is about change. And this is the perfect example of that. The show was saved in 1966 by the invention of regeneration. And yet again, I think the show will be pushed into the future, strengthened and renewed by this wonderful change. And I am so excited to see what happens.